name's Emma Yu. I go to St. Brendan High and I'm a junior. When I did my first PSAT, like I wasn't scoring as high as I wanted to. So my mom signed me up. My sister did it last year and her scores improved. So she just did the same for me. Like most colleges that I want to get to, since I'm like a kind of like a high achieving student, like most colleges don't want an 11, like an 1100, like which is what I first got. Like they want more like 1400, 1500. I had never done any test prep before, like, and I was in pre-calc, but I didn't, like, my strength wasn't really in like linear equations and like that kind of math. It was more on like what I could study, like, based on like what I was learning, like, curriculum wise in school. I liked it a lot, actually. Like, I recommended it to a bunch of my friends just because, like, it's one thing being online and it's one thing actually going there. And I feel like depending on like how each person is like I was fine to do it online because I've like obviously I've been through Zoom, like, so it wasn't something like abnormal to me, but like somebody that may have not done Zoom like in a while, like in a few years, they might like in person better. But for me, I wasn't bothered by the Zoom at all. That there's a lot of homework, but if you do it, like, it's all for your benefit. Like, honestly, like, it was a pain to do it, but at the end of the day, like, if I didn't do it, I wouldn't have improved, I think, as much as I did in math.
It was really helpful for me because the communication with the student is great. I think that it's not a, hey, you're on your own, whether you do your homework or not, it doesn't matter. I think that the attention to the student and making sure that the student is on top of it is super different than anything I expected or have seen before. So I think that as parents, we want to make sure that we're getting our money's worth, despite the fact that our kids may be busy and doing other things. I think that there wasn't one person on track of Emma. There were like three or four constantly, do her homework. Is she answering? Is she signing up? So I think that just the being on top of it is really helpful for parents.
I think I had originally, like, they said it was plus 180 and I got a 740 in math. In my opinion, depended on what test you got. Like, my first test that I got, like, my first real SAT, I got a 1300 and I got a 700 in math. Or something like that. I did like good in math, but like I feel like I improved more because like it depended on like what like the actual test. Like my first test was a lot more geometry based, and like the second test was more linear equations based. I feel good about it. Like I feel like whenever like I tell somebody, oh, I got a 1440, like they're like, oh my gosh, you did super super well. So like it's been like I feel like the hard work was worth it, and like it's only we can only go up. Like I can only like keep improving and keep reviewing the homework that you guys sent because it's also super good that like you guys still like, even though the summer part has ended, um I feel like I can go back to those formula sheets that you guys gave us. If I have a question, I won't like hesitate to ask like my group chat, because even though like I'm not actively in tutoring, even if I have like one or two questions about something, I feel like I can ask them. So I just felt like good about everything. Honestly, like it's not easy. Like going through all of this, like there's some people that are brains, and like I've never been super super good at testing. Like I've never been terrible at it. Like I've never gotten like 800s like as like my base score. But like I've never been like I have friends like in my like program that I have, like they don't study and they score 1440s, and that also could be discouraging for people that try. Like I knew that was super discouraging for me at the beginning. Like I was like, oh my gosh, like maybe I'm just never able to get this score. Like I never thought like off of like one test a 1440 was possible. Like I would thought it would be a super score. Like, and when I saw my first 1300, like, and within like a month and a half of like doing more prep and stuff, I jumped from like, even though like my English jumped a lot too, but my math, like I still felt confident even if I wasn't like doing that week to week like prep, even though I was doing one-on-one, but like I wasn't doing any homework or anything. I was just doing it like what every Saturday. But I still felt like I was able to do it. And like the advice that I'd give them is like to never like even if you feel discouraged, like during the summer I would complain like I don't want to do this. But at the end of the day, like I now feel like a super, like I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders that I'm now basically done. Like if I want to keep going, it's because I choose like, oh, I want to keep aiming higher and keep doing it. But right now, if I apply to a school with a 1440 base, like I'll get accepted into a lot of like colleges. Like maybe not Harvard, but like I'll get accepted probably like I was looking today and like UF and like that stuff is like mid like the average is like 1300s, 1350s, like and I have a 1440, so like that's a huge like difference. So I would just tell like somebody like to like keep going. Like it's not like one bad day doesn't mean a bad week, doesn't mean a bad like month, doesn't mean a bad experience. You just kind of have to like change your mindset. Like that's at the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be annoying the entire summer. But once you change your mindset, like to always have like a positive mindset with things because things you're gonna have to do it anyways. It's gonna have to get done. So you might as well put your best foot forward and do it so that you can actually like get the score you want versus doing it kind of like half done so that you're still doing it, but you're doing it like whatever, and then you're gonna still be frustrated because you're not gonna have the score you want.
Timing is everything, I think, with this, because the reality is that senior year for kids is very stressful. And to succeed under, under an environment of stress is not fair and it's not right for the kids. So to sign up their kids in the summer between sophomore and junior so that the kids can just accomplish at least a comfortable spot and have focus that they won't be able to have later, later during the school year, forget it, because you don't have enough hours and be able to put the homework. So you're really talking about two key summers. Is either the summer between sophomore and junior year or junior and senior year. And the stress profile that the kid is put under between those 2 years is massive. So Emma is already, kind of cruising junior year. She can only improve because she's going to have one more year of math, one more year of English. But you guys helped her to do the heavy lifting. Anything now is just kind of rounding the edges, but the biggest jump has already been experienced. Any bigger jump, then great. But now it's under a different type of pressure than to starting from scratch in the summer of senior year, because hey, in 2 months they already have to turn in applications for college. So my recommendation to parents is do it between sophomore and junior year because you're going to set your kids up for success. Thank the whole team that helped Emma. There's so many that I don't even remember all the names, honestly, but just extend my gratitude to helping her, all the way from the top, all the way to every mentor that she's ever had, whether in a group setting or a one-on-one. It's really appreciated.